What's up, guys? This is the only guy without a channel on this podcast, but for some reason I'm doing the intro. So I'm here with Dez,
Hey.
Ostalker,
What's up?
and Choppas.
What's up?
So today we're continuing the trend of tier lists. We're doing perks. So who wants to start us off?
No.
I'll start off then, whatever. Alright, we
Alright.
got Quick Revive. OG perk, I give it A tier. Solo,
tier.
definitely A.
The only
B, I
thing
can
that holds
see.
it back from being S is when you're using Quick Revive, it's based unless you're going down, it's a waste of a perk slot. Dying
Yeah.
Rush has the same problem.
And
A tier
also,
solo, like B tier.
also
it's,
since we're talking from like the beginning, if this is who's fucking with their phone?
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
it's-
and don't forget
it's
World
Siri,
at
not my
War.
fault.
World at War, it literally doesn't do anything.
Yeah, World of War
True.
does nothing. So I mean,
Yeah,
you can only put.
literally
I feel like
worthless.
even A tier might be generous, but
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm going with B then.
I'm keeping it
because of
B.
World at War.
I'm
going
keeping
with
it A.
I'd say B because just it is a crutch because basically if you're using that, you're basically betting that you'll go down. Like if I'm doing
That is true.
Easter
That
eggs or
is
something in
true.
BO3, I don't even touch Quick Revive. Like
I don't
Shadows.
ever run Quick Revive.
Actually, in Shadows, you don't run it because I don't think Death Machines spawn if you don't buy Quick Revive or something. I can't remember.
That's how. Yeah, you
Yeah.
told me that. Yeah.
Wait, what?
All right,
I didn't
on
know
to double
that.
tap.
I didn't know that
Double
either.
tap
Wait,
one.
Jug.
We're doing double tap now. Give it
Okay.
to me.
Double
What do you
tap
mean?
1 is like probably C tier.
D tier.
D,
All it does
D,
is
put it
speed up
100 D.
your
It wastes your
shot. It doesn't
bullets.
do
E tier
anything.
ammo, but I mean it also gives you more damage because like you're fucking firing faster and shit.
Yeah, that's the only
DPS,
thing.
But
I'm sorry. Did you put?
It-
I said double tap. I was thinking Deadshot. I put it C. Yeah.
D.
it
Yeah,
I give it
I
balances
straight
wouldn't-
itself
D.
out. It has a good effect and it has a bad effect.
Well, because it depends on the gun, really. It's not like
Yeah,
the
like
perk isn't amazing.
HK21, fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
But,
It's
like,
good.
It's a
Yeah.
waste when you run like guns like the RPK or the Commando. It's a
Exactly.
Yeah, like
I-
if you
I'm
have
with
it on
Dustin, that's
Commando,
for
you're
sure.
just, or like the
Talking,
FAMAS, if you have that shit on the FAMAS, you're running out of ammo in like half a second.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but at the same time, back when Double Tap 1 was a thing, there was only 4 perks, so
True.
it was,
So what
it
else
was
are you gonna
usually-
run?
Yeah,
It
you're
was
gonna run
usually better
this.
to have it than not have it most of the time.
And you wouldn't run Quick Revive typically because it didn't.
Just
That's why
because, yeah,
it's
you run out
not
of
solo.
ammo, but your DPS is way higher, especially
Yeah.
at higher rounds.
For
That's
me,
just
true.
I never run it like on Black Ops 1 anymore. I just run Quick Revive, Jug, and Speed Cola.
Oh, I
never
run it on Black Ops 1.
Or in
Alright.
Black Ops 1 as well.
Juggernog,
Jug.
S tier.
Yeah.
100% S tier.
What can you
Yeah,
say?
I
It's
don't-
S tier.
I don't
It's
see.
the-
I don't
it's
think
the
it really
ultimate
needs any
crutch perk.
explanation.
It's the ultimate crutch perk.
The
Yeah.
fact that it's S tier stands to the problem with it, which is the fact that it's so overpowered. You unless you're doing a challenge run if you play without it.
You
basically.
need
Yeah,
it.
that
to
is
get
why
Jug.
it got removed in Black
It
Ops.
obviously doesn't really need any fucking explanation.
Jug is the best perk in the game.
Speed
A
Cola,
tier.
S
A tier.
as well.
A.
I wouldn't put it
Actually,
S
no.
tier. It's
I
not.
put it in
not
S.
Jug.
Being
You don't
able
need-
to reload fast makes a huge
It's,
difference in your
yeah,
game.
You don't-
it's
you
like
don't
it's
need
slept on. It's taken for granted.
Well,
bro.
Absolutely,
I'm
absolutely
debating,
Is, but you
do I
don't
want-
need it.
Actually, it's S tier. I'm screw it S tier. I love
I'm an
Speed
A
Cola.
tier.
I can't put
I'm
it
an
in
A
S
tier.
tier because, like I said, you don't need it. You need Jug. You don't need.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
always
it's the
run
only thing
speed.
you don't
It's taken
100%
for
need
granted
it.
though, dude.
Absolutely,
Like,
absolutely, it is. It's the highest of A tiers, but I still can't put it in S tier because S tier is a perk that basically, if you're not running it, you're stupid or
I
doing a
agree with
challenge
that.
run.
I
agree.
always
one-
run Speed Cola though.
No one ever says
Oh,
like, "Oh,
yeah,
I'm doing a
that's
challenge.
true,
I'm doing a
yeah,
challenge run. No speed cola." That's not a thing.
Yeah.
It's no Jug.
you're
So
right,
I
you're
can't
right.
put it in S. So all
That is true. Huh.
right,
Should I move it back to A
Deadshot.
then? Dang.
dead shot.
Headshot
Daiquiri.
Daiquiri, that's a C tier perk.
Yeah, I'll put it in C.
Really?
It's not bad,
C.
but it's not good either.
It's
give
not.
it
It's not
C.
something
It's
I'll
just
go
right in the
like out
middle.
of my way to get. But if I get it from like a free perk or some shit, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
like
be
I
mad.
don't complain about it.
I
'cause,
put it
like,
in. I have it in D tier for exactly one reason, and then that's I play on PC, and on PC
Oh,
on Black Ops
yeah.
1 it doesn't do anything at all.
That's
Period.
true.
Yeah.
yeah, it only
It
works.
Hey.
with-
literally does nothing.
Increased hip fire accuracy.
Is that a
Yeah,
thing?
the thing, the little like reticle thing. What are they called? I don't know. They
Reticle,
shrink. They
or
shrink by I think
crosshairs.
25 or 15% for
Yeah.
Deadshot automatically. So it at least does something on PC, but it's still effectively
I
useless.
mean, I played on console for most of my life. I've recently got a PC, but like, Deadshot's not bad. If I get it out of like, I'm not gonna go out of my way
Okay.
and be like, I want Deadshot.
Yeah,
this game,
exactly.
but I'm not gonna be like,
no,
if I
it's
get it from a free
rare.
perk or some shit,
Yeah,
I'm
very
not
rare.
mad.
You're not upset about it, yeah.
Well, if
Alright.
I get Deadshot over like Widow's Wine or Electric Cherries, but then I'm like, oh god, I don't want that trash.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a free
Like
perk.
when you're hitting Wonder Fizz, you don't want Deadshot.
Okay, yeah, you're
Yeah,
right, but still
fair
C
enough.
tier. C tier.
Yeah,
Alright,
C tier.
On to Mule Kick.
Okay. yeah.
I'd say C tier as well. There's never a
Yeah.
point in running a third
Yeah.
gun, but it
Yeah.
doesn't hurt you in any
It
way. Like,
depends on the
having a
map
third
when you
gun
want
is
I
this.
flat
It's
out
such a
disagree there.
good upside as having a third weapon. You get more ammo,
actually,
you get more damage to put out, but like
You
it's such a
shouldn't ever
fucking
need
investment.
a third gun.
See,
No,
the
but it's
thing-
nice. It's nice, but
Yes,
it's such a
it's nice.
fucking point investment. Like
Yeah,
And
the
it
ridiculous.
thing
sucks
with
if you
me
go
is-
down or you get it when you don't want it.
Mine's more of a personal issue with mule kick, and that's that I'm bad with it because I expect I'm switching to my second weapon and I forget
That
I have a
happens
third one.
often.
and
That
it
happens
gets me
all the
killed.
time.
No,
Exactly.
that happens
So-
to me. Yeah.
That happens to
But that's
everybody,
on
Brendan.
me. Yeah, exactly. But that's on the player. That's not really on the perk because you bought it. You know you have a third weapon.
It's
So-
another.
One thing
I
I
mean,
will
it's a-
give, I will give Mule Kick credit, but in both IW and Black Ops 4, it tells you what your Mule Kick gun is.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you know which one you're
Yeah.
gonna lose, and if you go down. And if it's Black
that's
Ops
fucking
4,
annoying.
if it's in the modifier, when you buy back the perk, you get the gun automatically back.
That
It's
was
basically
such a
just
good
saved it in the
addition.
bank.
It's fucking annoying though on like BO3 and before, like you don't, if you just like lose track of which one's your mule kick weapon
my
and it's like
God.
a really good weapon and you fucking go down and you're like, well, there goes my fucking thunder gun or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and
it
say if it's a
sucks.
Thunder Gun like on Revelations, it's like, yeah, good fucking luck getting that thing back into the box.
I
And
wonder what
having
had
it,
that
yeah.
happened to on the
It's
round
just- it's-
100 run.
What?
No.
To you.
That happened to me. I had my milk weapon.
Oh.
I got downed, and yeah, it took forever to
Imagine
get back.
going
Yeah.
down on a Revelations 100.
I mean, it's just like it's good to have
Imagine
a third
reading
weapon,
chat and
like,
having a
it's
Panzer
alright.
spawn on top of you.
No, I just insta-died there.
Honestly,
did
it's
insta-die.
it's a decent perk. It just the amount of prep work required to actually
No,
run
it's
it
expensive.
effectively. It just doesn't
Yeah.
really make it worth
Like
it.
a
It's good idea.
minimum of like 10,000 points to fucking
Yeah.
get the
I'd
Exactly.
say C tier is perfectly fair for it though.
Yeah, on to
Stamina
stamina.
up.
That
S
is
tier.
an easy A tier.
Damage
S
and A
tier
tier.
as fuck.
I'd say it's S tier
I
on
don't
big
need
maps, A tier
I
on
can't even-
small maps.
I can't put it as S tier because there's honestly some maps where I don't even notice I have it.
No,
It
like
just feels
Yes,
the same.
like
but
on
like
Origins,
it's
for me.
you notice it,
needed on
honestly.
Origins. It's
Origins, Call of the
needed.
Dead, it's fucking S tier.
Absolutely, but
Except-
you
but
Origins,
you
Call
gotta
of the
go
Dead,
in all situations, though.
yeah, but if you're running it on like BO3 for Rucked, it's like what do you
Yeah,
do?
I guess
No,
then.
it's
Yeah,
okay.
it's
I
A
feel
tier then. I
like
guess I see
It
that.
would squeak in on Zetsubo, it'd squeak into fucking S tier.
Still,
The
it's
more I
not
play
something you
Zetsubo, like,
100%
you just
Gorod,
really
100% in
back and
S
forth.
Talking
tier.
the modifier version in BO4, it's God tier on 9 too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's
and
God tier on any map in
modifier
Black Ops 4,
slot
that's the
on.
thing.
So then
fucking
yeah, then
Black
I'm gonna
Ops
keep
4
it S
is
tier.
S
Screw it, I'm keeping it S tier. I like
I'm,
it.
I'm still saying A because it has
Yeah, I have it
upside,
in
but
A.
it
It's
also
S.
like,
I
it
can't
doesn't
put
have
it in S.
downside, but
Nothing. There's only one perk I'm gonna put in S with Jug. You'll find. Actually, maybe two. We'll find out.
Yeah,
later.
there's
I
a
know
few
what- I know what
items
you're
that
gonna
you
have.
can
I know what it's gonna
Situation,
be.
So it's just A.
Well, you can't spoil it. We'll figure out
Okay.
when we get there.
All right.
All right,
PhD.
HD.
A.
A
tier.
tier.
I severely disagree. I'm putting it in B. I think this is the most
I'm putting it
overrated
in B
perk.
as well,
I think
yeah.
it's the most
No,
overrated
what-
perk in
What
existence.
makes it so much better is the fact that you can just dolphin dive like down like a slight slope and basically insta kill a horde. Like
And
that's
how often-
effective
and
till
how
like
often-
30.
Sure, and how
No
often-
No one
perk?
really
tell me
uses
how
that. That's
often
not
you
what people
really do
use
that.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Watch a
That's
Call
not
of the
what
Dead
people
high
use
round.
PhD
Watch Call of the
for.
Dead high rounds.
Well, your 30's not a high round though.
No, watch like 60 plus. That's you'll see every time, every lap people do it. You'll just
I
watch
still
a Call of
think
the
it's
Dead
the
high
most
round.
overrated. Like no explosive damage is great. Don't get me wrong, and that should be a perk in every game. I don't know why they took it out, but
It is
it's super
overrated. Yes.
situational. If
No,
you're
but
not
you
using,
gotta
if you're
remember the
not-
weapons that we had at the time with it were weapons like the scavenger, the
Yeah.
law,
but
the
it's like
China
it's
Lake.
S tier
absolute
in
monsters
specific
when it comes to
situations.
damage,
But then
dude.
what happens if you buy the perk expecting to get like an explosive weapon and then you just hit the box for the scavenger a million times and you never get it?
I will.
But like
If you're
on
not running an explosive
Origins,
weapon,
say you
don't have
got
PhD.
the grenade launcher with PhD. It was
Yeah,
useful.
But yeah, but look at it this way: Jug, Speed Cola, Stamina Up. Those are useful in any situation. PhD is useful. Like the
that's
flopper
true,
thing is
yeah.
great.
situation
I'll
But
go
it's
with
only
B then,
useful
yeah.
if you're using an explosive weapon. Otherwise,
Yeah.
why are you running PhD?
Then, yeah, I'll
It's
drop
The
just-
it.
same with the
so
PhD and Black
overrated.
Ops
True.
4, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, on to Vulture's Aid.
Wait,
That's
double tap
easy
2.0? Double tap 2.0?
That's
Go
Black
fucking
Ops 2 as
Vulture.
We'll just do Vulture's Aid for it's all in
Okay,
the same
fine.
game. We can do Vulture's Aid.
Alright, Vulture's Aid, easy A tier.
A tier.
Here.
On the-
Yeah.
on the
Only
map-
map, but so many good little just seeing everything throughout the whole map. The little green mist. The
Turn
ammo
off
pickups,
Siri
the point
chopping.
No,
pickups.
it has so much just upside.
Actually,
There's no
now that
downside
I
to the
think
perk,
about
really.
it, Bloodwolf Bite is a copy of Vulture's Aid.
What?
It's a very, it's like
It's the ammo
slightly
part- the
different,
ammo
but
is
the ammo
copy.
and
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
very slight copy of
Hmm.
Vulture's Aid.
Vulture Aid was one of my. Wait, is it Vulture's Aid or Vulture Aid?
Vulture.
Vulture Aid.
Maybe it is Vulture's Weed. I think it's
Who
Vulture's
fucking
Weed.
cares?
This is one of my favorite perks of all time, honestly.
It's a great
I
perk.
fucking love it.
I'm so sad it was in one map and one map
Vulture
only, and
aid.
just
There's no
gone.
S.
I think it's just a sick ass perk. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, it's
It's
free
so cool.
points, free ammo,
Green
fucking sit in
mist.
the mist if you feel like chilling for a while. You can see everything on the map. Like, what's not to love about it?
I don't like buried, but this is definitely one of the high points
Yeah.
of the map.
Yeah,
Definitely,
for
like,
sure.
Are
Definitely.
you the Vulture King, Choppas?
shut
All
up.
right. Electric Cherry up next. Let's go with. I'm going to C tier.
T tier.
I disagree because I put it in B
I'm gonna give it B.
It's high C.
because it was introduced in Mob,
Mob.
which was the perfect perk
Yeah,
for Mob.
it was
because of
the
that
perfect
wonder
perk.
It works. It
because
works
of that
so well
wonder
on
weapon.
Mob. but-
Electric Cherry is an
Like, I
overrated
can't
perk.
think of a lot of like the only map that I can think of that I wouldn't really want to run, like other than customs, but I wouldn't really want to run Electric Cherry on like Origins because why?
No, I never use it on any map other than Mob, so I can't put it above C
It's-
tier. If it's useful in one situation and one situation only, when it's on how many like countless maps
What
on
other maps is
and
it on?
almost every single Black Ops 3 map other than the
Wait,
Black
Is
Ops
it on?
1 and Royal
Is
Is it
War
on
map.
Shadows? I don't think so.
I
No.
don't think it is now.
No,
It's
no,
not.
you're right. It's not on Shadows. You're right.
Basically,
it is
see
in
Electric
Is it in
Cherry.
Zetsubo? I think it is in
Yes.
Zetsubo.
It
It's
is. You
not
can get it
in
from the
the
fruit.
Giant or
Reason.
Shadows.
Yeah,
It's
you know
not
what?
in the Giant
I'll move it
Shadows
down.
Nocturne
I'll move it down to
Refuge.
C just because it's a filler perk in
Yeah,
the.
I see Electric
Wonder
Cherry
Pit.
the same as I see Deadshot, where it's like if I'm not gonna go out of my way to get it unless I'm on Mob, but like I'm not
Say
gonna
if
be
it's
mad if I get it.
exclusive to Mob.
It's like nice to have for sure.
If it's exclusive to Mob, I'd put it in A tier, but it's not, and I
Yeah.
have to keep that in mind. So
They
it's
just
C
kept
tier.
putting
I
it in
keep it
every
at
map,
B.
even
I'm
though they
keeping it
didn't
B
really need
tier.
it.
I feel like the perk has its advantages, especially when you're cornered in a situation and you're shooting a lot of zombies, you reload, you're about to die, you reload it, get you out of those sticky situations. It does save you a lot of times.
In Mob though, you're not really running it
It
outside of
doesn't
Mob.
do anything outside of Mob. It's not.
True.
Well, it does,
No.
but just
It's
nothing
not.
to
It's
put it.
never useful enough.
it's
to
C.
justify
It
buying.
saved me enough times for me to keep B tier before
It's
C.
not low enough to put it in D where it's literally like pointless. It has a use. It's not amazing.
All right, on to Tombstone.
Yeah,
Okay.
man, you're just sleeping on double tap.
Yeah,
too.
what
Yeah,
I
I
had
just-
that at the
yeah.
front of my list
I just
forever.
have it rated. It's the next one on my list.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do Tombstone. That's fine.
Tombstone's fucking F tier. Fuck it.
Yeah, I agree.
No, I'm putting it in
trash.
D
Fuck
because
that.
honestly, on a map like Transit that's so big, if you go down, there's almost no chance of getting revived.
What about
so
Dank
it's not
Tombstone
a
though?
bad idea on the
Yeah,
map.
but it's on
just
town
in
as well.
execution, it doesn't work so
the
well. But
only
it's
reason-
meant for Transit.
The
that's-
only reason it's an F tier for me and not D tier is because you don't even get to bleed out. If you had the chance to bleed out, I'd be fine with it, but it just kills you instantly.
No,
Like,
you
it's
can choose. You can choose to do that.
You can choose.
You
Yeah.
Can you?
are
That's a choice, yeah.
depending on yourself going down to yeet.
That's a good point.
Yes,
too.
exactly.
That's what-
You
No,
literally,
not just
literally
get
only
down.
work-
Not just go down. Bleed out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
and you're
betting
just
on
fucking
yourself
the rest of
bleeding
your
out.
players
I
over
just
if
told
you're
myself.
like.
The only good
Dude,
thing
you-
about this perk is being able to get all the perks in the map.
No, I think it's map like because of the map, the fact that the map is so big in Transit, this perk works for it.
True,
because
yeah.
it's like if say you're on town and your buddy goes down.
There's
at
no way in hell you're
fucking,
getting them.
At farm, like there's no way. So you just kill yourself, so that that next round you just go over there, pick up your tombstone. That's what makes it so
That's
good.
a fair
because-
point, but regardless,
at
it
it-
sucks ass.
Look at it this way: Origins is almost as big as Transit. You ever playing Origins and thinking, "Man, I wish I had Tombstone"? No,
No.
never.
No.
No, I never asked for it, but in the circumstance
It was-
of
it's a- it
Transit,
was a-
it works.
It was a good idea.
The best
but
part
it's
of it's the
it's
jingle.
a failure of a perk. It's,
No,
it's
it is.
literally
Absolutely
it's
is.
literally a detriment to you, which
Yeah.
puts it in F. You don't want
I
it.
can't put it in F because it's too useful on Transit if you die all the way.
If you're,
across.
it's useful in Transit if you're bad.
Yeah, exactly. There's, like,
But
it,
if
it
you're
has
bad,
uses,
then
but it's
if-
it's not completely useless.
It's like a
that's all I'm
crutch
saying.
perk that isn't even good.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
even do anything for you.
It
I agree with
sucks.
that.
I
Yeah.
I
want
don't
to
know why
double
we're even
tap
debating
too.
this. It sucks.
Double tap 2.0
Double tap
S tier.
2.0.
S
It's
tier.
I'm
tier.
actually gonna agree with S tier for this one.
S
This is
tier.
one of my other S tiers.
I
Shotguns?
never ever
Whole-
play a game
Yeah.
without running double
Yeah.
tap 2.0.
No, you wouldn't.
Shotguns
You just
literally just demolishes everything.
Everything does.
It's the most useful perk I feel like besides
It
I
doubles
don't-
the damage. It splits your bullet. Like every time you fire a bullet, it splits into two.
I
Plus,
don't know that
say-
it's.
say,
It's
like,
not, that's
you're
not
using a
exactly what it
snipe-
does.
No,
It-
but
it
that-
just, every bullet deals double damage. It's
Yeah.
just what it is.
Yeah, it's
don't know
basically like it splits
necessarily
into
that
two. That's
it's
how the icon
quote
works.
unquote essential, but like for
It's-
everyone.
it's
But for me,
arguably
arguably essential.
for me, it is.
basically it lets you regular just vanilla guns go from surviving you to round 20 to surviving you to round 30, 35.
Yep.
Which
Exactly.
is if a perk can do that, it can then you get into like pack-a-punched weapons and wonder weapons that can utilize it. It's just you shouldn't not be
Fucking
running it.
amazing.
It's not like a challenge if you're not running it. It's just dumb. Why would you
But
not
it's
run
stupid,
it? You're
yeah.
doing double damage.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
All right, on to who's who? Another D tier.
E tier for me. Better than fucking Tombstone.
It's
I'm gonna
D.
disagree with y'all, and I'm gonna say if this thing wasn't in Die Rise, this would be a high tier perk. I'm gonna put it in C.
The only thing about it is it's technically an infinite quick revive.
There's only one
Yeah,
problem though. It's literally
exactly.
so
If
hard
you
as hell to
use
survive.
the map,
If
I
you
feel
can
like who's
utilize
who
it
wouldn't be as
correctly,
bad.
if you can utilize it like perfectly, like do perfect trains, perfect spawns every time and
Yeah.
everything, you have infinite quick revives.
Yeah, the only
yeah.
thing with it is you don't get like you start with a starting pistol. If it gave you a ray gun, this would be a great perk.
It's the
Because
Yeah.
then you at least have a way to kill zombies. Like
it's the ultimate risk reward. You risk
Yeah,
yourself
exactly.
game overing, but you get the reward of infinite quick revives if you're fucking
Well, look at
A,
it
get
this
lucky
way.
and B are
Have
skilled
you
enough.
have you ever used Who's Who in customs? You
Yes.
you get a half decent weapon when you go into Who's Who, and it's amazing. You
Depends.
just don't
It
die.
depends. Sometimes you don't get anything.
So I'm gonna just for the fact that first of all, and also it's a great idea. I just like the idea of it.
It is
Like
a
the
cool
whole
idea.
reviving yourself thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the fact that it gives you a pistol and the fact that Die Rise is a fucking goddamn impossible to survive on at high rounds. It's so narrow and shit.
yeah, there's very few spots where you can like.
It was
consistently train.
implemented on the worst map it could have been implemented on. But honestly, I think it's slept on.
No,
and
the
I-
perk is not as
Who's Who,
bad as
maybe
as it
Die
seems.
Rise, fuck Die Rise.
If
fuck
if
Die Rise.
Die Rise didn't have quick revive, it would also be higher. So I'm just gonna put it higher because I feel like I need to take it on its merits.
It's
Alright.
So I'm
it's
gonna- I
not
put-
that
I feel
good
like that would
though.
be
But
interesting if Die
how many
Rise
times
didn't
have you
quick
actually been able to
revive and
revive
had
yourself
to
when using it
instead.
though?
I've done it like three.
Multiple
I've done it like
times.
3 or
Yeah,
4
I've done
times.
it quite a few times.
I
Even
don't.
on Die
I
Rise, I've
barely
never
ever. I
revived
barely
myself.
ever played Die Rise, but I've revived myself with it on Die Rise,
Yeah.
especially in like duos or whatever.
I
if
think
someone
it
else
would
is
be
holding
interesting
zombie.
if fucking Die Rise didn't have quick revive and it just
No,
had
yeah,
these two
because
instead.
if you look at a map like Mob, you don't even have quick revive. Not a lot of people notice that because you just don't notice it.
It's basically
There's
what
no
it is.
quick
It's
revive.
basically
Yeah,
Afterlife.
it basically is
But you
Afterlife,
have
It's a
like
different
infinite
version of
revives
Afterlife.
in
you
that
can
map.
actually die.
All right, Widow's Wine.
S
S
tier.
tier.
S.
Yeah.
Easy S tier.
No
Literally,
argument
it's
there.
a
No
crutch
argument.
perk. Honestly, if you're not gonna run jug.
If you're not
Yeah.
training, it's the best perk in the world. If you're training, I would recommend not running this. Other than
Why
Grog
don't you
Trophy.
like
I
it for
disagree. I
training?
disagree.
I mean,
you can still
it fucks up
run it while you're
trains, but-
training. It doesn't fuck them up as bad as like.
I don't like it though. I don't.
I
like it
love it
training.
for training.
Yeah, I
don't.
do too. It
it's a
fucks up
camping
trains
perk.
a little bit, but it's
But
fine.
If they hit you, they all get stunned, so that's when you kill them.
And
the
yeah, if
fact
you're
that- yeah.
training, you fucking get cornered and fine.
Well, that's the thing. If you're training and you're getting hit, then you fucked up your train, and you probably need a save me. So it's never going to be a bad idea to run
No,
it.
it's not. It's not bad. I
Unless
prefer
there's another perk you want to run in its place, but I don't know what BO3 perk you'd run in its place. I have
Well,
no
if I'm
idea.
training, I go for stamina. That's the thing.
I don't think
but
so.
yeah,
If you're
either
training in
way,
a cramped enough area, I don't think it makes a difference.
Either
You're gonna
way,
do
we
the same
all
thing
agree
for
on
it.
S tier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
absolutely.
all arguing for the same thing.
Okay, bomb
So-
stoppers.
Bomb Stoppers is A. Bomb Stoppers
A.
is better than
tier.
PhD, and here's why. And not a lot of people know this. Bomb Stoppers, first of all, it's no explosive damage, same as PhD, but it also increases explosive damage.
Yes.
So it does
Oh,
two,
yeah,
it does double the job of PhD because it doesn't just get rid of explosive damage to yourself. It then makes that explosive damage better.
And
It's
explosive
bang, bang,
weapons
it's
in IW are a lot
encouraging-
better than I feel like
yeah,
the ones.
it's encouraging you to run an explosive weapon, basically.
Now, if PhD was on Gorod Crovey, I think it could be A tier.
She should be on
But it's
Garage
not.
Movie.
PhD or Bomb Stop? We're talking about Bomb
PhD.
Stoppers.
I'm going back to PhD real fast. First.
Dog, this
Why?
is like 3 games ago.
What would-
I know.
Why? What would PhD do on PhD? do?
L4 Siege.
L4 Siege is not as good as
L4
it.
Siege
L4
is
Siege
nowhere
is
near as
goated.
good as the it's decent, but it's nowhere near as good as explosive weapons in other games.
When you have the Mark III that lasts you till round 50, and then Deadwire, no one in
Yeah, why would you
God's
use the- what would
mind
you use the
ever
Siege
use the
for?
L4 Siege?
When somebody subscribes to my
Pretty much
channel, I
just use
forgot to
the
turn
L4
off my
Siege for the
alert
boss
box. Love that. Sorry guys for that. Watching the podcast.
All right, which one's next? Which one's next?
Trailblazers.
Trailblazers.
It's a
Eh,
D tier. It's a D
Yeah.
tier. I'm sorry.
It's
It's
a great game. They took Banana Colada and gave it to us in a different
Yeah,
form, and I
sure.
respect that. It just in execution, like there's
And honestly,
never
It
a reason to
wasn't-
run it.
I can't even tell you the amount of times that I'm playing director's cut and I just am like
Yeah, and it
sliding
ends the
jumping,
round,
and
yeah.
and I end it around and I'm like Jesus Christ, dude.
No,
Because
the-
just
I've
It's a
learned
good
to just
idea,
not
but
slide.
no.
What I like about this perk is they listen. They like me
Yeah.
and Ross listen to the community.
Community
Absolute
wanted it.
shout out for that. They
I
listened
think-
to the community and they gave us banana colada in their own way, but it
Yeah.
just in execution.
It could be
doesn't
better
really work.
if
Eric just
it
fucking
increased
trolled.
the distance you slide.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah, if
you know
it
what?
increased
Fair,
your
fair
sliding
game.
distance,
Because
yeah.
banana colada does do that actually.
Banana
Yeah.
colada
You slide
also
farther
lasts
with-
on the ground. This
Banana
doesn't.
colada is overpowered in custom
And also
maps.
sliding in IW is not very good.
Yeah, no way.
You can't do the power sliding that you can
Yeah,
do in
when
Black
you
Ops.
slide
Yeah.
in.
No, you can't.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
When sliding is
Slappy
amazing.
Taffy,
C.
easy B tier.
C
Easy
tier.
B
C tier.
This thing is basically Galvan
Okay, all right,
Knuckles
hold,
in a
hold,
perk.
hold on.
Another
hold on,
person
hold on.
subscribed to my channel. I am so sorry, guys, who are watching this right now.
Wow, you just hide your
hold on.
alert boxes.
Hold on.
I forgot to hide my alert
By
box.
the
I didn't
way,
expect
I'm
people to
sitting out
subscribe.
of these IW
Yeah, that
perks
makes
'cause
sense.
I barely
Slappy Taffy.
fucking
Yeah,
played
yeah,
them.
that's fair.
So hold on. Stalkers, explain to me exactly how this is D tier before we continue.
I said C, not D.
You said C tier and then you went D tier.
I said C. I said sorry,
Alright.
guys.
Fair enough.
So
I want
what-
you to explain
what?
how it's C tier then.
Okay, C tier. How often do you always run a melee weapon?
Almost attack. You run a melee weapon. Spaceland. Wait. You don't have to run a melee weapon. Your hand is a melee weapon.
Okay, but how
That's
often
literally-
are you
it
gonna
turns-
take? Are you gonna take this in your 5 perk slot?
Now
The
that I have
fact-
director's cut, pretty
it
much all the
costs
time.
the-
Not
the
director's
price-
cut. No director's
Dude,
cut.
dude, dude.
Forget about
It
director's cut.
costs the price of the Bowie knife. So if
No, that's-
if you buy the Bowie knife in any old game to build points on early rounds, you cannot say Slappy Taffy is bad
You
because
can
it
also
costs the
return
same.
perks in IW. So
Yeah,
you just put it
exactly.
back when you're done. You use
Exactly.
it for the early rounds, then you put it back.
I
Honestly,
guess.
now
but-
that I've used it in director's cut, I'm gonna buy it if I'm not running.
No, I've
director's cut
realized
more.
how good it is. Yeah.
It's actually great.
It is
because
a B tier
because
flat out.
Shaolin, the amazing melee weapons on it, I actually
If you
Wait,
have
they said
Slappy
Slappy
Taffy,
Taffy
you
was
could
on
go
it,
to 150 with the katana just sitting in a corner.
so I'm
But
putting it
it's
a-
not in
a
that map.
solid B tier. Yeah, I know,
Exactly.
but that's
If
what
it
I'm
was,
saying. I miss
that's
it.
how
I miss
powerful
it
it is.
on Shaolin because it's actually a really decent perk.
I just don't really melee that much past early rounds.
But but it turns early. It turns every round.
Once you
into-
get director's cut, you'll understand.
No, but that's the glory of
Okay.
it. You turn every round into the early rounds with Slappy Taffy because you're
Alright.
just meleeing.
Deadshot
round.
dealer. It's either A or B.
I say
Deadshot-
B
it's not-
tier.
It's not Deadshot Dealer, dude. This is Deadeye
Deadshot
Dewdrop.
Dealer.
Oh, Dead Eye
fucking
do drop.
D4,
Yeah,
buddy.
dealer is Black Ops 4.
B tier.
It's high
You know-
B tier, low A tier. I'm not sure.
I
what
put it in A. I put it in A tier.
I'm going high B.
That's fair. I could put it there
Yeah,
too.
I'm gonna put it there
Like,
as
it's
well.
just with the aiming down sights thing, especially I started using this perk like a lot because we started doing skull crushers on Beast, and
Yeah.
I actually that's not sure. I used it on attack a little bit.
We
until
used
I
it on
realized
attack.
what
We
it
didn't
was.
realize how good it actually is.
And I
It's
looked up what it
good,
did,
but
like, a
it's
week
only
ago.
good if you're gonna aim down for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, but then
And
you
most of the
start
times
doing
when
that,
you're
you
like
turn it
running
into a habit.
around, it's
Yeah,
especially
I've learned
for
to
the
just sit and do
Beast-
that consistently.
you have to
especially
learn how
for
to
the
do it. It's
Beast
not like
boss
a
fight.
typical thing that you do.
The amount it increases your damage is actually ridiculous when you aim down your sights, and then you have the regular like dead shot ability, which is decent. It's not amazing, but it's decent.
Okay.
Which does work on PC. I've tested it, so
Yep. Yeah. All right. Change choose.
it's a B tier.
Yeah, B tier. It's solid.
I'll
It's
say B
basically
as
the
well.
double tap abilities in Black Ops 4.
B as
And
well.
It actually really helps you out of a lot of situations. I've only run it because of director's cut. I don't think I'd ever. use
Yeah,
a perk
I
slot
never
for it.
buy it on its own, but it is.
But if
it's
I got it as a free
effective.
perk, I would never be upset. It's a decent perk.
No, yeah, it works. It works well for you. So yeah, pretty simple.
All right.
Honestly, IW has a lot of slept on perks.
Yeah. Exactly.
Just
Just the
much
game
like the
isn't
game,
played that
much,
much,
much
so.
much like the game itself. It's a slept on game. Some slept on perks, slept on guns, slept on maps.
Yeah. All right. Which one do you guys want to start with?
Can't wait to play it.
No, we're starting with fucking Blaze Phase, and we're putting it right in the dumpster.
Blaze
Yeah,
phase.
dude,
that's
fuck
the
this
Can
perk
I
bottle, right?
explain to
This
you the
perk.
rage I have when I get this as my free perk on any.
Even if I'd rather, like,
Literally
even when I get
fucking
Ethereal Razor,
useless.
if I get
prefer
Ethereal Razor, I'm just like, oh, you know what? At least I guess I can use the Bowie knife every once in a while.
Des-
Des,
It's not
this is the
Blaze.
When
perk
I
bottle,
get this,
correct?
it's like, bruh.
This is the
what?
perk bottle one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blaze Phase.
No one
This thing's
fucking.
F tier.
Will
But I-
never. I doubt I will ever see anyone in the entire world be like, I want Blaze Phase. when
Yeah,
it's
like,
all fucking
I've
who-
seen
who the
one
fuck?
person. I have seen one person run it. and it
There's
was
no
for,
fucking way.
There was. It was for a realistic on 9 because you just blast through the zombies.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
It was on
fair.
the
yeah.
But it honestly, it was the most boring thing I've ever seen.
Wait,
You
I've
have to
used
wait
it on
for
a
it to
custom map
charge.
and it's so annoying.
Diesel.
It's not a good perk. It's such
It's
a
just bad.
failure
It's
of
dumb.
a perk.
It's just
I
dumb.
hate it.
All right,
It's
let's go
horrible.
to let's go to a happy hour. Let's do Stone Cold Stronghold next.
Okay.
Easy A tier,
Oh,
arguably F,
yeah.
honestly.
A.
Low key.
And the modifier, it's amazing. It is
You
so
have to put it on the
good.
same
High
level
A
as.
tier, bro.
Let's be real. It is Stone Cold to campers is stamina up to trainers.
Exactly.
True.
It's the same thing.
It's
You got to put it
so
in the same tier.
fucking good
the
for
exact
Then
camping.
fine, then
opposite
fine, yeah.
of
Then it'll be
Stone
S
I
tier
have
then.
it in A tier. It's so fucking good for camping. Like,
Yeah, it's the camping perk. You don't want to camp without it.
Yeah. So if you're gonna say
Obviously-
stamina up has to, if I am keeping stamina up as S tier, then I have to put this as S tier too.
Yeah, it's such a
That's
good perk.
I don't think
obviously
stamina
for
up is
training,
good,
it's
yeah.
literally useless. But for fucking camping, it is
Yeah.
insane.
Oh my god, it's so useful.
Right?
I'd say we get Deadshot Dealer out of the way. I'm putting that in D.
Yep.
Yeah,
Same.
the only time I really ever use it is like
For
when I'm
level
trying to
up.
max out like the camos on guns because it easily gets you headshots. It's the only
Again,
reason.
this perk I hate because it actually doesn't work at all on PC.
Yeah,
Even
Never
with
literally
touched
controller,
it.
It doesn't do anything.
Never
Even
touched
using
it.
it, still don't like it.
It's not good.
After I
not good at
used it once and never touched it ever again.
I'm
Alright,
putting it in as fucking Deadshot.
Oh, actually, you know what? And to get rid of some confusion, let's do BO4 Quick Revive too.
Yeah, Black Ops 4 Quick
Uh,
Revive.
A tier.
Yeah.
A, yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
don't want
it's-
B or
I'd
A.
say A. I'd say A because
A,
you
yeah.
heal faster.
You heal
And the
faster.
amount
It's
of
so
times-
fucking good.
That would be useful in a high round. Like it's never one.
What was
I'm
the
going to my
modifier
way
again
with.
for it?
I don't remember. I honestly don't.
Wait, I think you like get a fucking speed boost when you start healing or
Yeah,
something.
you get a speed boost when you regenerate health, which is
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, that helps. Yeah,
But,
especially
like,
if you're training like on a map like 9, that would be pretty useful.
Regenerating faster though, it's a slept on ability for sure. I love fucking
Yeah,
BO4
the amount of
Yeah,
time,
it's
like,
not-
look at World War II. In World War II, your healing is atrocious. By far the worst healing system, and the amount of times when you just die because you just don't heal fast enough is ridiculous.
Yeah.
If you had this version of Quick Revive in that situation, it would make your life so much easier. And
Yeah.
having that in a map like Black Ops 4 where you heal pretty effectively makes your life 10 times easier.
All right, let's
it's
do a
not bad,
Victorious
though.
Tortoise now.
Oh,
B tier,
easy A tier.
A,
Easy.
Yeah,
A,
A
100%
tier,
A.
fucking love-
I
love
run this all
perk.
the time in my modifier slot when I do
Yeah,
Easter
if
eggs.
you're running it around with a shield, this thing is the greatest perk in the world. Especially like on
And it's
on a
a-
map like Blood of the Dead where I use it the most.
9
I
too.
get hit like once in a blue moon on that map because of this perk. Because
This
I
is
just
my
sit
9
there.
modifier
just
perk.
use
Just
this.
save
Sure.
my ass perk too.
Yeah,
It is,
my
yeah.
ass.
It's
this
just-
is a save
it-
my
Buy a
ass.
shield if you're about to die.
This
Fucking
was my
golden.
Widow's Wine for Black Ops 4.
Yeah, basically.
I honestly just don't like it because I don't love. I use the shield strap for blood just because I think that's the best high round strategy, but I just don't.
No,
my,
there's
like,
no
my-
other.
Like looking at it this way, my favorite maps in BO4 are 9 and Ancient Evil, and I don't overuse the shield, especially the 9 shield. I
No,
actually
on
don't
those
like,
maps you don't
as much
use
as
the
I
shield, you use
absolutely
the
love 9 to death, I don't like the 9 shield, and I only run Victorious if I'm doing Easter eggs usually. Like on Voyage,
Yeah.
you have to run it for the Easter egg. Just
And
to save
another
your ass
thing
when
you
you're doing
kind of
things.
like if you're playing realistic mode. I know you guys really haven't played realistic
I
mode, but
can't-
this
I
perk
can't
on
stand
realistic
realistic
mode
stuff.
makes your life so much easier.
Oh,
Like
it's
your
a
shield is
lifesaver.
like paper mache and that, but you literally if one touch and you're dead. There's no down. You're dead. Unless you do it like on 9 where you can get yourself a free revive, but other than that, you're just dead. Like as simple as that. Having
I
this
can't-
on realistic
I just
mode
can't-
basically means you can run around the map, not even worrying about it.
I just can't put it in A because I don't use the shield enough, but I wouldn't put it any lower than B. It's useful. There's no doubts there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, and
Someone
Time
else pick one.
slip.
time.
Time
slip.
slip's a C.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
it did a
it's the
lot
same
more,
thing
but
I
as-
used it
really
in the
is
beginning of the
just, like,
game. I thought it was so cool. I was like, "Ooh, this is actually really interesting." And then after slowly
It
using it,
helps
just
It's
in
really
very
nice
few
to have as a free
situations.
perk.
yes,
Really nice
Yeah.
to have
It's
as
a
Yes.
good
perk.
free perk. It's a great, but you wouldn't want to put it in any of your slots.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you don't want
it's-
to waste a
the
slot.
only
map I
It's
really
an
use it
insanely
on-
good free perk.
I only use it on maps, so I'm consistently using traps like Blood of the Dead and Alpha Omega for high rounds. Other than that, it's not useful. It's very, very limited for how useful it can be, but it's not one I complain about at all. Like, if I get
Exactly.
it, I'm happy.
Yeah, no, you
No,
don't
I'm-
get upset about it.
But
I
it's
don't wanna
just
put it
I-
B
most
tier.
times I don't go for it.
I can't put it B tier just because the stuff that it does recharge faster is
Actually,
the
no,
stuff
it's
that you
like-
don't really want to, like, other than traps, which is super useful in the
But it's
in
only
the,
useful in some
It's
situations.
like the
In the
tip
modifier,
top of
you
B
re-
tier for me.
in the modifier you refill your specialist faster, which I don't. I'm not usually thinking I need my specialist faster. It's equipment
True.
that I want faster.
Yeah, it's
And
like
I-
your raid
It's
fires
like
because
tip
those
top
are
of C
your
tier
infinite.
for me because I never like go like I'm not gonna fucking put it in my actual 4
Yeah.
slots for perks in BO4, but if I
Yeah,
get it
it's
as
a
a free
high
perk,
C
I'm
tier.
like, that's
It's a
fucking
high C
sick.
tier.
Yeah.
I'm glad I
Yeah.
got time slip out of my free perk. That's cool.
All
All
right.
right, let's
Yeah.
Bandolier
let's throw,
Bandit.
Hold on.
bombs
I wanna
down,
I wanna
bombs
pick a
down.
I wanna pick a controversial one because
Oh.
I've had an argument about this one,
Okay,
and I
yeah,
want to
go.
see if I'm gonna
Which
have this
one?
argument again. All right, Dying Wish.
S.
I put it in S as well.
Yes.
I
Yes.
fucking knew it, and we're gonna have it out
A
right
for
now.
the exact same reason
It's a
as Quick Revive.
clutch. Clutch. It's a clutch
Dude.
perk.
It's the exact same thing as Quick
It's a
Revive. Putting it
clutch
in a
perk.
slot, it's like if you like we all agreed in Black Ops 1 and 2 and 3, when you have Quick Revive, it's useless unless you're going down. Dying Wish saves your ass 10 times better than Quick Revive, which is why I'm putting it in A tier. But I
didn't
can't put it in S because when it's not like Black Ops 4 Quick Revive. When you're just sitting there with if you're perfectly fine, you're training, you've got a groove going. Dying Wish is useless. It does
What's the
nothing
modifier?
to-
Yeah, and
What's
then
the
you
modifier
get
for
one
it?
time and you're fucking dead. Whereas if you had Dying Wish, then you're fine.
You
What's
can
the
convince me it's
modifier,
S tier,
though?
but I'm not moving it up.
Okay,
because
so
it doesn't
so
do
here,
anything
so I'm
otherwise.
gonna do my explanation here. So Quick Revive I have in B tier for a couple reasons. One, so World at War it's useless if you're not playing with other people.
Yeah, it
Completely
doesn't do
useless. You
anything, yeah.
never run it. So that's one of the reasons it's in B tier. Two, you have to actually go down and you use it up. There's only 3.
No, that's why I moved it up because you don't use it up. It just
And-
recharges.
And it doesn't do the same thing in duos or triples or quads that it does in solo.
Yeah.
No, it's
Dying
just
Wish
reviving each other faster.
is the same no matter what you're doing. It's
True.
a save me perk, doesn't matter how many people you're playing with. You don't use up any downs. There isn't a limited amount of times you can use it. It recharges slower and slower over time.
Yeah,
But
max is at
usually if you
24
buy
minutes.
it first, it happens in the setup, which is when most people go down. And you're not going to restart a game if you use up a Dying Wish in setup. You may restart a game if you use a Quick Revive in setup because you're like, I've used up one of my
True.
downs. With Dying Wish, you're like, that sucks, but it's just
It's
my
fine.
Dying Wish.
Yeah.
I'm fine now. I've ran away. I've recovered. I went into Berserker or whatever, and now I'm fine. Plus the modifier, you come back with 100 health. You have all your guns. You have all the perks from before. You don't lose anything. It's Quick Revive basically being a default feature. I think that Dying Wish is what Quick Revive should be. It's not
Yeah.
it's not a way to continue the game. It's a perk. It is a bonus. It's
I
what's the
agree with
essence of what
that.
a perk is, and I think it should be an S because of that.
I agree with everything
I
you just said
agree.
there, basically. That's why I have it in S tier.
Yeah, I
was
just
gonna say
can't
exactly
move
the
it
same
up
thing.
because, like if you're not getting if you're not getting hit a lot, like I completely agree with you. I think it's an amazing perk. I just can't put it in an S just because it does if I can use something else in its place.
I can never think of anything else that
And-
would be more useful
Yeah,
to me
I
than
don't
Dying
get-
No,
Wish.
but there's been
get what-
situations like I know on Voyage is one of them where I'm just heavily debating on like whether running Dying Wish for the high round.
Over
would
what
be
though?
worth it.
What would you put in its slot instead? That's the question.
No, I don't know exactly what I'd put in its
Yeah,
slot
yeah,
because
yeah,
I have
yeah.
everything all
BO4,
over the place.
unfortunately, BO4 doesn't have enough good perks that I would put
Yeah.
anything other than Dying Wish in my
No,
game.
what what the setup that I'm considering is I'm not sure whether I want Blood Wolf or Stronghold in the modifier, but
Mic
then
cut
I'd
out.
I'd have both of those for sure.
Okay.
Mike
Fair
does.
enough.
Hold on. I would have either Blood Wolf or Stronghold in the modifier,
Yeah, okay, that's
and
fair.
then PhD and Bandolier Bandit, so I have to buy ammo less. That's the thing. Like, there's very few
Bandolier. I would
situations where I'm
never
not gonna use
run Bandolier and Blood Wolf at the same time. I just find that they're redundant together. It doesn't really make any sense.
it. It helps though. It helps
I-
not having to rely on Blood Wolf. Bite.
Actually, you know
I
what?
relied on a lot less.
That's a perfect segue. Let's talk about Bandolier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I say that's A tier.
I
Me too.
can't. It gives you a good amount of ammo, and that helps in the long run. But I can't put it any higher than B tier because I can't say it's as good as like a Stronghold or Stamina Up. Like it's good, but it's not as good.
I disagree with all you. I put it in C tier. I think this
Wow.
this fucking perk is so overrated. It gives you more ammo, and I understand that for high rounds and shit, that's a big deal. But honestly, I find the difference is so non-existent
On some guns, it's
that it's
really good.
friggin' ridiculous. Not only that, but if you go down and let's say you have a couple shots left, you get up and you lose Bandolier, the shots are gone. It's ridiculous.
Wait,
True.
that actually,
Like,
I didn't ever
it's
notice
such
that.
It's such a problem. I've had it happen to me where I'm running. It's come to the point where I almost never run Bandolier anymore because I can't stand using it. I'm not gonna lie, having more ammo is useful, and if it was a free perk, I'd be like, oh, that's great.
No, because like if you look at Leviathan, Reserve is like it's basically
Reserve
Bandolier
is-
Bandit on
Reserve is a better
steroids.
version,
So
yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna move it down to B, or it's not B, C. Because reserve is like this thing on steroids, and that is an easy A tier perk.
Yeah.
But Bandolier doesn't give you near enough. Like with the rocket launcher, it gives you 2 whole clips, which honestly in the long run makes a big difference. You can go another like 10 rounds because of those 8 bullets. But honestly, it's not the greatest in every situation in the world, and there's always perks you can run instead.
Yeah.
So bouncing off that
agree.
more ammo thing, let's go to how this is done properly and go to Blood Wolf Bite, which in
S
my
tier,
opinion,
one of the
S.
most overpowered. and greatest
not gonna
perks
put
of
it in
all
S.
time.
S tier.
I love this perk, and I think it's
A tier.
amazing, and I'm mad at myself that I didn't find it for the beginning of playing BO4,
Yeah,
but
I
it's
know.
not S. I can't put it up there with Jug and Dying Wish and
Yeah,
Double
no.
Tap because if it's not in the modifier, if it's not in the
modifier
modifier,
slot,
it's like
fucking
meh,
amazing.
it's okay.
But
If
So
modifier was how
cool.
it was all the time, absolutely easy S
I
tier.
mean, the
Easiest
one
S tier
thing
ever.
is no one ever runs this perk outside of the modifier. If you do, you're an
Question.
idiot.
Is
But
the
you
wolf?
can't deny that is.
Exactly. That's why it's not an S tier.
Yeah, and you're giving up the modifier. Like other perks have amazing modifiers, and if you're running Blood Wolf, you forget about putting any other
True.
perk in
Yeah.
that modifier.
Is this
It's
the
this one
wolf
only.
though from like Dryzendrock too, or no? Different wolf.
The
is-
wolf from Horizon, right?
The whatever the dog
No,
wolf.
no, it's not.
Do you know what I'm
This
talking
is-
about?
No.
That's
No,
not
no.
That'd
a
be
perk.
so cool if it was.
I think it might be the same similar model, but no.
No, because
But
that's
keep
it.
S
It
tier,
is
but
a
I agree
wolf.
with you.
I
It's
can't
so S tier.
I can't understand putting this S and not Dying Wish though, because I'd always run Dying Wish.
That's why I have
Oh
the
yeah,
S.
honestly, yeah, that's true. Because it only activates for like 30 seconds.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I'll move
If-
it down.
if-
I'll
It's
put it
you're
trash
gonna- I can-
outside of the modifier. Like
No,
it's
it's
not
it's
like
fine,
not
yeah.
that
trash,
good.
It's
It's
just
not
why.
that
Just
good
why,
outside of
yeah.
the modifier.
All right,
It's
then
like
I'll
you
move
could
back
run
to
something
A.
else to get yourself more
You
points.
can't
yeah.
deny that
there.
it's free kills. Like that's getting
It's
an
also a
extra
save
kill
you.
on a high round is always good.
It's a save you
it's
too.
Not a
It helps
save me.
you.
It's
Well,
not a save me.
it's
Alright, so
it
moving
helps
on.
you with ammo and all that shit. It
It
kills
helps
stuff
you
for
with
you.
ammo, but it's not.
That's
If you
not
get
a
stuck in
save-
a
it's not
corner,
gonna
it's not
save your
saving
ass.
your
It's not
ass.
gonna save your ass.
Yeah.
Very rarely do I find Luna's saving my ass. She's usually like off. a
She's
couple
almost
meters
killed
away.
me multiple times.
Winter's Will,
Yeah,
anyone?
exactly.
Winter's Whale. Oh, it's
A tier.
B,
yeah,
No,
B,
It's a B.
B.
It's
I
no.
think
It's a pussy widow's
off-brand
wine.
Widow's wine.
It's a
And
pussy widow's
still,
wine.
The amount of times it's actually extremely used. Like if any zombie near you,
In the
instantly
modifier slot, it is nuts.
What's it do
What's
for
it- what is
modifier?
it in the
I've never
modifier
used it
slot?
modifier.
It
Modifier,
fucking
yeah.
like makes like a ice beam around you, like, and it travels with you, and any zombies
What?
near you.
Yeah,
like,
it's-
All
it's-
right, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna move that up to A then, because honestly,
I-
I haven't
I'd
used
use
this.
it.
I haven't used this perk enough, but I'll move it up to A just for that.
Then I
That's
guess
actually badass.
then,
I've
yeah.
started
Amazing
using it
in
a
the
lot
modifier
more
slot.
since I've realized how good it actually is. I don't think like it's obviously not S tier. It's
How
not
much does
Widow's
it save?
wine.
Wait, would you have this
Yeah.
over though? Why can't I think what it's called again right now? Shoot.
What?
Come on, buddy, you got it.
Why can't I think of it? Shoot. What's the perk
Blood
you
Wolf?
give S tier?
Dying Wish?
Yeah,
No,
Dying Wish.
you
You take
didn't-
this over
I wouldn't
Dying
have
Wish.
that
Why
over
can't I
Dying
think of
Wish.
that?
Over Dying Wish.
It can save you, but it's not as much as Dying Wish can.
That's why I'd say Dying Wish is S tier. This is A tier.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
agree.
I'd say Dying Wish is high A tier. This is low S tier or A tier.
Okay.
All right, so
Alright.
now moving on to a perk that it's A tier. I hate so much that it's A tier, but I can't. I have to put it low because of how often I use it, and that's PhD Slider.
The only reason
Yeah.
it's A tier.
And the only reason.
Only reason is because of the
it's the
Hellion.
RPG.
Yeah,
A
absolutely.
tier,
That's
yeah.
the only fucking reason.
It's the only reason
and
why
makes
people
me
use it. It's the
so
Hellion
upset
Salvo.
because the Hellion is so broken and honestly, I would
It's
love
the best
BO4
wonder
so
weapon
much
of all
more.
time.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
honestly. Should have
And-
put it in the Wonder Weapons too.
And you need PhD to use it effectively, and just it's literally it should be exact. It should be actually lower than PhD Flopper, but it has to be higher.
it has to be
because of the
higher
Hellion.
Because of the Hellion.
Because it isn't only useful if you're using an explosive weapon. It's useful in every map because you always want the explosive weapon
Yeah.
in Black Ops 4 because the Hellion is so broken.
All
This
right,
is the
let's
I
only
hate that it
good
goes
gun
there.
I feel like that everybody takes is like the only thing you want. Like
Yeah,
the
it's the only thing
dingo
you
in
ever want.
BO3, basically everyone wants to try and get the
I
dingo or the
never-
haymaker.
I personally never take the dingo. I hate the dingo.
It's good, but it's not great. But
I don't
on
get it.
to
Haymaker's good.
Bombshell now.
What was
Bombshell
it?
tier. Bombshell, the purple one.
Bombshell's a fucking B.
See,
I
I
hate
never
it.
find myself like even when I
not
have
bad,
it
it's
as a
just-
free perk, I just well.
I
Yeah,
never
guess
use
you're
it.
right. Not
it's a C
bad,
tier for
but
me.
I don't use
I
it
just
either.
don't like
It's
it.
not bad. It's just meh. It's okay.
I consider C
It
tier
slows
perks like
down
something I'm
zombies,
not
and
going to
honestly,
use.
You know what? It does help with super sprinters when you're shooting into a horde. but the
Yeah,
amount of times I'm really shooting into a horde is so rare.
It pisses
Like
me
I
off
still
more than
want to
L
put it
for
in
me.
D, but I think you're right. I think it is C tier. It's
It's
not
like meal
completely
kick. Do I want to use it? No. Could I see how you could use it? Sure, but I'm
Yeah.
not gonna run it. It's
Exactly.
a waste of a perk slot.
Yeah.
for me.
Pisses me off more than
Yep.
it helps
Why?
me. It just
Alright.
I don't like when zombies are slow.
I mean, when it comes
Is
to
that only in the
super sprinters,
modifier?
it does help. No, that's normal. I think.
I've never
Depends
used it
on
in the
what I'm doing.
modifier. It
'cause
might be
if
great in
you're
the modifier.
camping, it would
Is
be
it
good.
any good in the modifier?
I don't even know what the modifier is.
Yeah, I don't
I
either.
thought slowing the zombies down was the modifier. I've never run this perk.
Alright,
All
me
right,
too,
how do
either.
we want to rank secret sauce? Let's get that one out of the way.
That's a C.
C.
That's a C.
Because
It's
middle of the
interesting,
pack.
but
Yeah,
it's
it
not
can
like.
literally be
A-tier
any
perk,
perk
like
in the
it could be a
game.
shit
Any
perk.
perk you don't have already in your setup, it can be. So you could literally get stamina up, dead shot, or stamina up, or dead shot, or blood wolf. Like it could be anything. It doesn't matter.
You look at it this way. If you got an S tier perk for Black Ops, if you got a Black Ops 4 perk in S tier, and you got a Black Ops 4 perk in F tier, then it's C. It's right in the middle.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Right in the middle.
Because it could be any of them.
Yep.
It's like the box. It's annoying as hell having to flip through it like the box, but
You can
having the
eventually get
ability
what
to
you
have-
want.
And I'm not gonna lie, I don't ever run secret sauce because
No.
I don't like
It's
not
very
knowing
rare
what my
to
perks
run
are
it.
gonna be.
There's
You
a
used to
lot
run
of
it all the
perks in this
time.
game that you never used to. So like, you'll be grinding out to try and get like say PhD, and you just keep getting like something useless,
appreciate
like
that they-
Ethereal Razor, Bombshell, or Blaze Phase, like just something useless.
I appreciate that they tried new ideas, but a lot of them were at the cost of just getting rid of like the fact they got rid of speed cola for me is unforgivable. I understand you have faster reel when you have all your perks, but the fact they got rid of speed cola to me is like unforgivable. Why would you do that? Jug I get,
Fuck
but
that.
why speed cola? I want faster reload all the time in BO4 and I never have it.
Yeah. All right. On to Electric Burst when we're talking about reloads.
Put it in B
it in
because
B,
it's
yeah,
better than
it's
electric.
better
Better than
than
electric
I
cherry.
do.
honestly.
B. Yep, I
It's a good
agree.
perk.
B.
It's a better version of electric
I
cherry.
never
There's not really
really
much else to say
wanted
about it.
It's,
When
I
I get it,
honestly,
I'm happy.
I say it's the same
have
as
you
Electric
seen
Cherry.
Fucking.
Well, no, you ever use
Uh,
the ballistic knife strat? It's higher than electric
yeah.
cherry.
I'm not gonna.
That's-
I don't use that strat. I
That's
don't.
what I
Well,
was
neither
saying.
do I. But the
Yeah,
Because
fact
I
that you
watched
can
buy it.
fucking J
Yes.
Scryne get to fucking round like
150.
150 and 4-player with this fucking perk.
No, it
using
was
the ballistic
150 on
knife.
3 on classified.
Still.
Jeez.
All right.
And
now,
honestly-
while we're talking about that strat,
Oh, hold up. I'm not done yet. I was saying it's better than electric cherry because when you use the ballistic knife with electric cherry on like mob, it doesn't do what it does with electric burst. So that means mechanically, electric burst has to be better.
Yeah.
So it
exactly.
has to be higher than electric cherry.
But they're both B for me. In my
Oh, well
opinion.
then that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
all right. Well, we're talking about that strat. You gotta
Ethereal
mention
Razor.
Razor.
B.
Yeah.
D.
Yeah, I'm going with B. I don't want to put it
Oh
up
my
this
God.
high, but you can't deny how useful it is for a strategy like that.
Yeah, it's
No,
only
I
useful
mean,
when
I've
you're
never-
going to use a knife.
honestly,
When
I've
you're
never
using it
used
in
it.
that
Electric burst is used for all
situation,
sorts of
it's really good.
strategies. Ethereal razor. If I get this as my free perk, I get pissed
Actually, yeah,
off.
it's C
It's a
tier,
D. It's
C
a D
tier.
tier. I'm not fucking
If
moving it up.
you're right, it's amazing if you're running a knife
put it
because
in
you can
C tier.
literally knife
Then
like
I'll
the
go
entire
C.
board in one.
Wait,
Yeah.
running a knife? When are you running a knife? Everybody runs a knife. You get
Ballistic
it from the beginning.
knives?
Like the ballistic knife, you idiot.
Dude,
Something like that.
I use
The ballistic knife or the
I use
spork,
strike.
literally-
It does nothing.
No, it
Blood
doesn't
of the
work
Dead
that way.
high
It's
rounds is
the-
impossible without this.
What?
Blood of
I've
the.
never
Have you
used
not
rounds
seen
are
this?
impossible.
Ethereal Razor.
without
I've
this?
never ran it in my slot.
Blood of the Dead
I
high
can- I
rounds
can
of
prove
Ethereal
that.
Razor are insanely quick if you build the golden spork or
Blo-
the golden knife.
That's
Yeah,
an
but that's not the high round strat on blood, so I
That's
never
the
do
new
that.
one.
No, it's
it's
not.
the exploit strategy though.
Yeah.
I
no.
wouldn't exactly, and it's only used for an exploit.
Like
Electric
the one that
burst you
Jake
can
did was
use
not an
during
exploit. That
other
would be an
things.
actual exploit.
That's what
Electric
I'm
burst
talking.
you can
Jake
use
was
for
literally
other
talking
things.
about this to me today, about how this is essential for the high round.
It's
I would
essential for
never-
the It's essential for exploiting the high rounds. It's not essential if you're legit. I've seen Dez get to like What'd you get to? 160?
145 on it.
Yeah, I've seen him do that with.
I think I
man,
used Dying Wish once that game.
Man doesn't even touch Ethereal Razor. It's not a necessity at all. And on
You can
any
do
map
it
that you
easily
don't have
without-
a golden spork, it's useless. So I
Yeah.
just hate it. D tier. I
Okay.
hate Ethereal Razor.
All right. Now
Right.
what's up? We got
Death
what can I do?
perception.
Death perception.
D
I'll give
tier.
it a C tier.
It's
Honestly,
C.
no, I can't put it higher
C.
than Meal Kick and Bandolier. So C.
a C
C
tier
tier.
because I actually find myself on maps like outside of that game going, "Where's death perception when you need it?"
No,
So,
like when I'm running around on 9, if I turn a corner and get smacked by a zombie instantly on super
like,
sprinters,
man,
you
I wish they had
basically
death
fucked.
perception.
If I can see them coming before I turn the corner, you cannot argue that is not
Good
useful.
free perk. It's a good free
Basic,
perk.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a good
exactly.
free perk.
Basically, one of those things like Time Slip, Electric Cherry, Deadshot, where if you get it for free, you're not going to
Yeah,
complain.
you're
but
never
if you
gonna
don't
make
have
money
to run it,
then
but if
don't
you
wanna
get it, you get it.
really.
I
And
agree
I
with all
remember
that.
on launch, I use this perk all the time. I use it a ton on launch because I really didn't know what the perks did,
It's
but
not
I knew
bad.
that this one was honestly pretty good, and I
It's
always
cool.
used it.
It's a really cool concept. I like it. And I
Yeah.
think the
Solid.
modifier is
It's
pretty
solid.
cool. I can't remember what it is.
Oh, I don't remember what it is.
I think it's pretty
It-
decent.
It's if you hit like special enemy weak points, it does extra damage.
Oh, that's good.
Oh,
That's
that's
pretty
good. Yeah,
good.
that's really
pretty
good.
good.
Yeah.
So if you're having
I
trouble
fuck
with
with that
special enemies,
perception.
yeah,
Alright.
it's not bad. It's a good free perk.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it for all the
All right.
perks.
Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of ZBN, Zombie Broadcasting Network. I hope you guys enjoyed.